Not like it. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, hey, welcome. GTS, Grant Training Systems. We're going to go through some shoulder rehab today, actually. Basically, we're going to go over some simple rotator cuff exercises, but we're going to make them a bit more for the endurance athlete. Personally, I think from tennis players to baseball players to even now handball players, I don't think their impingement and their rotator cuff injuries are coming from the beginning of the tournament, the match, the game. I think it's coming more from the end. So we're going to go through some basic external rotation exercises along with empty can exercises, and I'm going to show how I give the athletes a more advanced version than that they may take from a normal rehab program for someone that's not doing sports. So with that being said, Alex unfortunately hurt his other hand, so we're going to use his left right now. And he's just going to start with a very basic external rotation exercise for let's say 15 on this one. So go ahead and start. And actually, let's get you facing completely perpendicular. There you go. So 2, 3. And I think for video purposes, we just do 10 of them. Usually I would have them do 20. So I think this is 5, yeah? 6, 7. So we just take it to 10 to keep the video a bit shorter. 9, good. And 10. Then I'm going to have him turn completely 180 degrees. He's going to come up 90 degrees right there, and he's just going to do again for 10. Notice there's no forward translation within the elbow. Everything is coming from the shoulder joint, the glenohumeral joint. So he's just going to do 10 here. And then Chris, man, if you want to come in the picture over here. Usually we would have one athlete do both exercises, but unfortunately he's a bit of a gimp with this right hand. So. Alright, so what we would have him do is we would have usually do 20 of these and then directly go into 20 without switching. Most athletes I notice do about maybe 12 and then they switch back, and they're switching so much that they're working on the strength, but they're not ever really working on the endurance. So I have my athlete usually go through 20 of them here, and then we go above 90 degrees is what we call this one, and he goes through 20 here. And then he would rotate and do it with his right, which obviously he can't. And then we go into an empty can exercise, which again, I think every athlete in the world is doing. But I, again, make it a bit different within the endurance part of the exercise. So Chris, remember, we're going to start at 30 degrees, thumbs down. And we're just going to also take you through 10. Usually I would also do this for 20, but for video purposes, I think we all get the point. Good. So 3, good. Notice his shoulders aren't coming up. His motion is not too slow, but it's also not too fast. And Chris, I think you probably start feeling a bit of a pinch, usually right underneath the shoulder blades, if you will. Inside, underneath the trap, really. It starts to burn a bit. What is this, like 8? I'm making it up here. 9. Okay, and for 10 for this one, now he's going to go behind the back and basically in the plane of 0 degrees. What this is going to do is it's really doubling the time under tension, as we say, meaning the length of the exercise. So basically, one of the athletes or both of the athletes would start with 20 below 90 external rotation, go directly into 20 above 90 external rotation, and then 20 of the empty cans at 30 degrees, meaning if this is 90 and this is 0, we would take him to 30 degrees. And then after 20 of those, he directly goes into basically 0/-1. And right now, your shoulders are probably burning a bit, yeah? And Chris is a pretty fit athlete, and this is 1 kilo. So it shows you what happens when you really start adding the endurance portion, if you will, into this exercise. So I think that's way more than 10. And last thing is just to kind of discuss the shoulder. Should have said this in the beginning. Basically, what we want to do with the rotator cuff is that is going to aid in the movement, if you will, of the shoulder. So you have your humerus right here, and then you have your glenohumeral joint, is what we call this. And basically, this bone sitting on this joint is similar to a golf ball sitting on a quarter. The humerus is much larger than the actual articular surface of the glenoid fossa. So this is why it's important to work those rotator cuff muscles, because their job is to compress that humerus in while the shoulder is going through its motion, whatever that motion may be, abduction, flexion, horizontal, abduction, whatever that motion is, the rotator cuff's job is to facilitate it in a proper way. And if the rotator is weak, this is where the shoulder injuries come from. So I'll keep it short this time. Next video will be a bit more on the shoulder injuries and also some more of some myofascial release and some basic massage you can do on yourself to relieve yourself of some of the pain and increase your range of motion. So guys, appreciate it. Again, Chris, Alex, they're a couple baseball players from Stuttgart. The American baseball players, take note that they're fit. It helps. So also you guys, please get fit. All right, thanks guys. Until next time, have a good day.